If I started TRT over from knowing what I know now, like if I were to just take everything that I've synthesized in the past decade, everything I've learned in the past 7.5 years doing coaching on TRT, deleting all the information I have learned to delete, which at one point maybe I thought was rational or justified regarding TRT, factor in everything that I've learned actually works regarding testosterone replacement therapy for men and sexual function and well-being. And of course, removing the stuff that I have discovered generally does not work. If I were to create a new TRT protocol from scratch for me, knowing what I know now, this is what I would do. All right, look, before we start the video, Cortex Labs, which is my company, is a TRT guidance and sexual dysfunction resolution company. I built a range of different products aimed toward dialing you in successfully on TRT, the most popular of which lately is high-dose TRT mastery. Look, if you're tired of playing with small TRT, just get this course. It shows you how to dose TRT high, get libido erections you won't get on regular TRT, but also enjoy high-level anabolism and strength, exposing daily injections. This is our #1 product, literally right now on the stat sheet. It's 20% off. Go get it down in the description of this video. It is yours. If you need to book me for coaching, the most popular consults lately have been the TRT protocol audit. It's a 25-minute call with me. I will audit your entire protocol and give you suggestions on what to fix. You can book that in under a minute, livecortex.com. But if you're dealing with sexual dysfunction, libido and erection issues, you're better off booking the TRT sexual function consult because this is targeted toward that. It gets you a command center with generated protocols from me and adjustment routes. We give you the bulletproof strategy to fix libido and erection. You can book this in under a minute, livecortex.com. I've got 3 and 6 month one-on-one coaching, which you can book where it's ongoing with me to fix some of your biggest problems with TRT. That is 50% off. Code is on the screen. And then lastly, there's a bunch of other courses regarding fixing libido and erections on any ester, as well as a source list. All this you can find in the description of this video or at livecortex.com. So to establish what I would do if I were to start over on TRT, knowing what I know now based on my use of TRT, but more importantly, based on 7.5 years of coaching, with the last 4 years of TRT coaching being very, very intensive in every single day of my life, the first thing I would do to start is craft a protocol that gets me within the 1,100 nanograms per deciliter to 1,700 nanograms per deciliter range of total testosterone with a fluctuation in between, where I oscillate generally between those two numbers in total testosterone. I've done content on this, and what I have come to find is that most people are going to find therapeutic benefit, effectively the sweet spot in that 1,200 nanograms per deciliter plus range. You do have guys that are fine at 900. You have other guys that are fine at 800, okay? That does happen. But more commonly, people just typically tend to need more testosterone. Nobody really knows why. Is exogenous testosterone less effective than your endogenous testosterone? Is a little foreign? Do you just need more of it because of the kinetics? Nobody really knows. So that's the first thing that I would do. And in order to figure that out, I would go to Steroid Plotter. I would just go to steroidplotter.com and plot out some different doses and try to figure out what actually works. Keeps me in that range that I know generally is best for people, especially the problem folks that are down at 900 or doing daily injections and they just don't have libido and erections. Let's punch in 150. So 150 milligrams of testipionate once every 7 days. Okay, so this plots us out and it gets us to a peak of about 1,000. So it's 982. Let me just shrink myself so you guys can actually see where we're peaking here. Okay, that's where we're peaking, 983. So it's about 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. We trough back down here, though, to 777. So we do have some fluctuations here. We actually have a trough, which is what I would factor in. I would make sure that my protocol has a trough for many purposes. I mean, that the primary purpose of a trough on TRT is to mimic the natural state of a peak and trough, to not make it so that you squash SHBG in the ground and therefore presumably you have less transport of androgens when SHBG is just consistently being bound to and being hammered downward, as well as to keep the DHT estrogen ratio in a favorable place because you're troughing, right? That estradiol goes down, you're not constantly aromatizing test into estrogen, and therefore you keep the sexual function aspect of TRT in check. Okay, but if we look at this, I mean, is this reaching my target numbers? Well, the answer is no. Hell no. Not even close. So I'd make an adjustment, okay? Let's punch 175 in and see if I'm even getting up there to that 1,100 range, at least kind of at the trough, and see if I can peak up there at 1,500. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it, okay? Even 175 milligrams a week, according to Steroid Plotter, and this is assuming you're not dosing HCG, You're at 1147. So, okay, you've reached the threshold, the typical androgenic threshold for a lot of folks up there at the peak, but then you trough back down to 900. 900 again might be fine for people. But for other people, they're just going to need to trough around 1,000 or 1,100. Not far off here, but are we getting a good enough peak? For me personally, to have like the best erections ever, no. Like this protocol of 175, it's actually too little testosterone for me to reach like the ultimate state of TRT, which is 200 milligrams or above. But look, I've been on testosterone for many years. My body's kind of sensitized the response. Maybe if I started at 175, this would be phenomenal. And I wouldn't really need to be peaking at, 1,700 or 1,600, 1,650. This might end up working out. It all depends on the person, honestly. But knowing what I know now, okay, let's punch in 200 milligrams a week, right? 200 milligrams once every 7 days. I would inject this with a 1.5-inch needle. I would inject it in the upper glute, the vastus lateralis, or the delt, and I prefer the glute. It's tried and true. It's what we know. It always works. At 200 milligrams a week, where are we peaking now? 1,300. Now we're peaking to 1,300. By the way, this is very reasonable testosterone. Again, to the idea that you shouldn't be dosing 200 milligrams or 200 milligrams as a cycle, which is absolutely ridiculous. A cycle is 350 or above. That's really cycle territory. And if you're pushing 500, 750 a gram of test a week, those are cycles, okay? Ask people who are bodybuilders. Those are testosterone cycles. 1,300 is effectively TRT. So we go down, we trough at 1,000. This is a lot more reasonable based on what I know, what my body particularly responds to, and what I've witnessed over the years in coaching that people respond to regarding exogenous testosterone, cypionate in this course, in this case, peaking up to 1,300, 1,400. You're troughing down to 1,000. You're supraphysiologic the entire time. And again, as we talked about recently on the video with Dr. Rand McClain, you've got to stay in a therapeutic range of total testosterone to get the benefits. A guy sitting with libido and erection issues, you're wondering why you don't have an androgenic threshold that you're crossing. You don't have enough testosterone peaking at once to give you the DHT, the androgenic effect at the tissues, which allows you to have great erections. So I might start here. Knowing what I know now, I might just start at an even 200 milligrams a week. I'd inject it every 7 days, not every day. Not every other day, not every third day. I would inject TRT based on how we've always injected TRT, and that's just it. Admittedly, in the beginning of my usage of TRT, it actually took me to get out of the conditioning because my initial clinic who prescribed me testosterone told me to do daily sub-Q. And I did that for a very brief period. I'm like, this isn't really doing much at all. My energy's fine. The anabolism is starting to show up, but the sexual function is completely abysmal even after 8 weeks. So 200 every 7 days, or, knowing what I know now, frankly, I feel honestly the best on 250, because at 250 every 7 days, I'm peaking at 16, 18. This is reasonably close to where I actually peak on this, and then I trough down to 1,200 or so. Yeah, I'm just slightly over that in the peak, and then slightly over that 1,250 or so on the trough. But that's right about what my blood does on 250 milligrams a week. Now, you might notice I wouldn't choose to do daily injections right away. Why is that? Again, this video is titled "What I Would Do if I started over on TRT, knowing what I know now." I've seen too many failures on daily microinjections. I've seen too many failures. I also know the logic to be incorrect. Okay, the logic for daily injections is it does not really pan out in reality. It's sort of equivalent to a protocol-based misnomer. It doesn't really make sense. It's intelligently sounding logic. We want to stay the same. We want to stay steady state. We want to mimic diurnal rhythm, except it doesn't fucking mimic diurnal rhythm. Our diurnal rhythm goes like this. We peak and we trough. And steady state of anything, this is what allows me to be an effective TRT coach. I was consulting executives on nootropics, and what I learned is they couldn't steady state take maniracetam, otherwise nootropics, any nootropic, and they couldn't consistently take the same nootropic at the same dose every day. Their body developed a weird response to it. It would stop working. They wouldn't get the effect. They would have side effects. And why is that? Because our bodies are not designed, and they have great mechanisms in place to counteract consistent levels of certain things. You try to modulate neurotransmitters, increase acetylcholine, increase dopamine, increase GABAergic firing, increase serotonergic firing. Consistently, the brain has homeostatic feedback regulatory mechanisms. It does it with every single neurotransmitter. The RAF nuclei stops projecting serotonin at the same level when you consistently flood it, as is the case with keeping synaptic serotonin super available using selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Same thing happens with dopamine from the ventral tegmental area. People get dysfunction, sexual dysfunction, mood dysfunction from using Adderall, which keeps dopamine constantly around. Again, homeostatic regulatory response. Same thing happens with acetylcholine. You increase that neurotransmitter too significantly, guess what you end up with? Memory defects, otherwise side effects, brain fog, fatigue, otherwise, probably through an upregulation of choline esterase enzymes. They clear acetylcholine because you have too much of it. The same thing applies with daily injections. You clear testosterone faster. Your body acts, especially at the penile tissue where erections matter, and in the androgen receptor binding domains in the brain where libido matters. Your brain is saying, hey, we have too much of this constantly, so we're going to downregulate the response via lowering SHBG, via clearing androgens faster, and via a host of other mechanisms. So I would not inject daily. I wouldn't inject every other day. I wouldn't inject every third day. I would inject once a week, and I would leave it at that. Second major thing to glean is that I would not be using insulin syringes, okay? I honestly think, without trying to sound insulting, it is the stupidest idea that we've ever come up with. Again, I've been a proponent. If you want thin needles, okay, use a 5/8 inch needle, right? Get it into the muscle. At least there, you've got a long enough needle where you're getting into the vascular tissue, which is where you uptake most efficiently testosterone. There are no tried and true, highly effective TRT doctors or endocrinologists that are suggesting that you use a 1/2 inch needle. 1/2 inch needles. This is for, they call them insulin syringes. Insulin syringes, because they are for insulin. They are for subcutaneous injections, right? With this is not what we've done. It's not the most efficient route. It's not the most effective route to be doing sub-Q. I'd be using at least 5/8 inch, but preferably 1 inch or 1.5 inch needles. Let's talk about HCG. The way that I would approach, knowing what I know now, dosing HCG is I would dose as little as possible. I would certainly dose it, but I'd dose as little as possible. I'd start with somewhere between 50 and 75 IU once or twice a week, only to maintain a base level of intratesticular testosterone and testicular size, cosmetics, and semen volume. That is absolutely positively all I care about, okay? I'm not interested in fertility at the moment. If I was, I'd run more HCG and run recombinant FSH or otherwise fertility drugs. So the HCG would be dosed absolutely positively minimally. Why? Because in addition to keeping the testicles functional at super high doses or lots of frequency of HCG, it's actually just almost pure estrogen, right? It's increasing Leydig cell aromatization on top of the aromatization you're getting from the extra testosterone you're making in the testicles. It generally causes side effects, makes it hard for people to dial in. I'd use minimum effective dose of HCG, and that's it. Would I dose DHEA, pregnenolone, or otherwise add-ons? No. I actually think that virtually nobody should dose pregnenolone. It typically tends to cause problems and can inhibit dihydrotestosterone, which is not a good idea. Generally, you do not need it. DHEA, useful for some people, not really useful for others. Again, converts to estradiol, converts to a little more DHT, may be problematic, but importantly, what I would want to do is simplify the protocol completely. If you need to add those things down the line, fine, add them. But I'd have the most simple protocol with a gapped out frequency, with a large enough amount of testosterone to make a fucking difference, with needles that actually puncture down to the vascular tissue where it matters and you can efficiently uptake your testosterone, a little bit of HCG, minimum effective dose, and that would be it. Now, all that to say, this isn't to say that's the protocol you should be on. Again, some people, depending on how they respond to certain testosterone, they only need to dose 130, and they can do that once a week. And guess where their total testosterone goes? 1,400, 1,500. I've seen that before. So, my doses and what I would do for my particular body don't apply to you. So I'm not giving you direct advice to do what I'm doing. I'm just saying for me, what I figured out, what ultimately works, that's what I would start at. If I needed to lower the dose at some point down the line because there was hematocrit, blood pressure, or otherwise problems, sure, I would consider doing that. But this is where I'd start. Lastly, would I control estrogen? Would I control estrogen? The answer is no initially. Yeah, I would try to find a frequency which allows me to trough back down so I'm not exposed to steady state conversion of testosterone into estradiol, which is typically what tends to cause problems and cause a mismatch, in my opinion, between DHT and estradiol, usually leading to erectile dysfunction, libido dysfunction, sensation dysfunction, and climax dysfunction. Now, if over time I reached a point where no matter what, throughout the effect duration window of the injection period, my libido was high, but erections were very subpar, that is when I would bring in a microdose of anastrozole once every 5 to 7 days. It'd be 0.125 or it'd be 0.006 milligrams once every 5 to 7 days. That would probably, if in that case I was aromatizing past the threshold relative to my DHT, fix the erectile dysfunction, make everything work great, maintain my libido, and allow me to feel great. Now, that's not necessarily the protocol that you should be on. Again, people require different protocols based on their history and their response patterns to TRT. That's one of the useful things about coaching. I mean, listen, I do this all day, every day. If you're having trouble dialing in on TRT, there are a couple of really good options for you to get on board with me to solve some of your biggest problems. A pretty popular consult, which is a 25-minute call with me and a full audit of your entire protocol and suggestions on what you need to do. So you'll have to take notes. We're not creating the protocols for you, but I will give you suggestions on exactly what to change, is the TRT protocol audit. All right, you can book this in under a minute at livecortex.com. You can also find the link for that down in the description of this video. However, for sexual dysfunction, libido and erection dysfunction, the best option and the most popular consult we have is the TRT Sexual Function Consult. This gets you 45 straight minutes with me, a deep fact-finding process to get into your history and response patterns, a full protocol generation from me to you on an online TRT command center, as well as adjustments on what to do moving forward should that first protocol not pan out, which usually it does. This is for folks that don't want one-on-one long coaching cycles, but need targeted advice on fixing sexual function on TRT. You can book this in under a minute, livecortex.com. However, some of the stuff, especially PFS, long-term libido and erectile dysfunction, especially wanting to work with somebody that's an expert on this, have me in your corner as a coach. We've got a 3-month and a 6-month one-on-one coaching package. It comes with virtually everything. And that is 50% off. The code is on the screen. You can book that in under a minute, livecortex.com. Go to the homepage or down in the description of this video and find products targeting every single category of TRT. Look, if you need to high-dose test and understand how to do it and get great erections and libido, but also insane anabolism, energy, and masculinity, that's what high-dose TRT mastery is for. It's a video course. It is our most popular product, and it's 20% off. You can get down in the description of this video. Mastering libido and erections on TRT. Digital downloadable playbook. Dialing in sexual function on any ester. Mastering testosterone cream. Video course. Mastering testosterone cypionate. Video course. And then lastly, we have a source list. Pretty self-explanatory, but it'll save you money and get you things you might need if you're not able to get elsewhere that can help you dial in. All right, my brother in test. Do me 2 favors. Number 1, like the video. It makes a huge difference to the channel and pushing our content out there. And secondly, I'd love to have you on board as a sub. Dude, if you're not subscribed, man, come on board. We're going to be talking about this forever in the time continuum. This is cutting edge stuff. We are a fast growing channel. I'd love to have you on board. Kick ass, rock on. Enjoy the rest of your day, brother. And I'll talk to you in the next one.